What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Jordan Martin with Martin Investment Group and Martin Stock Club. Here's the watch list for stocks I'm looking at tomorrow, which will be September 15th, 2022. And as always, if this helps you and if you make money from it, like, comment, subscribe, share it. We've been hitting. So you can actually look at the past watch list and see the results. Been on point pretty much so far. So let's review what I'm looking at for tomorrow. And this is just some of them. We're going to cover that. So PEN, first up, right? What I see on PEN, it might be easier to look at the 1 hour and see is if we take off our extended hours, you can kind of more easily see the support bounce up to the 4. All right. So we see the support bounce right here. All right. That's a triple bottom pattern. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. So we got a triple bottom. And if we switch back over to the daily, we see that we did have a hammer candle for today or a pin bar. That's a very narrow body. But we had a huge rejection out of support, which means buyers stepped in pretty heavy. So I'm looking at taking calls if we can make a new high over this candle. And I'm just going to easily target the next high, which will be there. And following that, if we do get some very good movement and we're looking to swing it, then we could go ahead and move to close this gap above, right? So I'm going to go ahead and set my alert for 30.85. The reason I'm setting 30.85 so that I can know that we are pushing up, and I can go ahead and hop in once I come back and recheck the chart for that continuing move up to about the $32 area. All right. Next stock was on the watch list yesterday. This is CSIQ, right? It didn't trigger. So it was on the watch list yesterday. We didn't get the trigger yet for a break above the high, but we did get the same sort of candle we looked at on PEN, right? Which was this hammer, or it's not a pin bar, that's a hammer. But again, very tall, right? We're looking at potential reversal here, right? So what we're going to look at is if we can take this back above here, and that might be more of a dragonfly doji than a hammer, but let's see if we can go ahead, take above the high. Once we get above the high, first stop is about 43. And then after that, we can push 44 and a half, about 44, 45. Then that'll probably be where I get out, because we see once we get around this area is where we start selling off. All right, so that's potential swing or a day trade. Gonna slide over to T-Mobile, which again was one I had on a watch list previously, and it broke this alert level and shot down. So a lot of money be made when I had this on the watch list before. And then looking at today, just looking to see if we can break this inside data we got. All right, so to the upside, 143.50. To the downside, 137.35, which I don't think will hit. That's a pretty big move down for it to make. But once it triggers here, first target on the scalp will be here, and then we can go ahead and move up to about 145 if we're looking to swing it. Final profit area will be up here in the 147, 148 area, because we see when it comes up here, we get those rejections, right? So that's where we absolutely are looking to get out. And then if we break through, we can start looking for potential re-entries, but there's no sense in holding the stock at a level where it continuously rejects, right? We want to make sure we're taking our profits there. Oxy is the last one. What I'm looking at on Oxy first is this weekly trend line, right? So we see these bounces on this weekly trend line. Remember, these trend lines are a little arbitrary, right? We could bring it down there and that would be a lot better just to match up, right? But outside of that, we do have this support level that we're bouncing off of. We swing it over to the daily. All right, so we see it was supported here, it was resistance here, flip to support, resistance, support, resistance, right? Now support again. So once we break back above about 67.81 is where I have my alert set, which will push us above this high here. We come back to the weekly, we'll see we're currently in an inside week. So if we can take out that, then I'm looking at us to go ahead and move up back towards about 73. And then potentially, we can even come back to this high area. But once we start pushing up in here around 74, I'll be looking to just make sure I get out and lock in the profits. Because it's a pretty nice size move for us if we can gain this $8 move to the upside right here. So that being said, that's it for stocks real quick. As always, there are more stocks that I'm looking at, but those are shared in the Discord and with my watch list subscribers for the emails. And those links are both in the description. And of course, again, if this helped you in any way, like, comment, share, subscribe, I'll see you guys again with another watch list tomorrow.